So today we are here to, here to check what are the new implementation happened in the Salesforce related to Smart Search. Okay. In our previous training session, because of some technical issue, we are not able to, show you all the features which are deployed, which are going to deployed for C and Pack. Okay, in a Salesforce. In this session, we will what we are going to cover. We are going to cover how we can create opportunity which is related to sir. In the previous session, we saw that how to create a lead, and in this session, I will cover how to create opportunity and what are the fields we need to update, as well as we will see the how we can create a multi-side contract, as well as how we can update the multi-site location information into the opportunity, as well as we will see the how we can do the sampling. Okay, then we will see how the application review process is happened, how what are the options you have, and how you can how you can proceed for that particular process. So yeah. So before I start, myself, Amod Manik, okay, I based in Mumbai. I'm a part of a sales performance team. If you have any query, you can, raise your hand and ask your question. I will answer to your question. Okay, I'm happy to answer your question. So I'm sharing my screen. Can anyone confirm? Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, we can see the screen.
Okay. So in our previous training, we see how we create a lead. So in going forward in future, when we are going to closely work with the client portal, the lead is going to be a main object for us. So it means that whenever a client raise their inquiries on the client portal, that particular information um, come to Salesforce and it create a lead for us, and then we need to proceed from the leads. Okay. But in today's session, we will see how we can create an opportunity and what are the fields we need to update for certification. So it's the same process as we do for opportunity. We need to select opportunity from here, and then we need to click on new. Then you will get this particular pop-up. Here we need to fill the required information, then the company name, the business unit, and the service code. So this under this scope, we are only seeing the QHSE code for 9K, for 14K, 45K only, and the combination of those standards. So click on next. Then system will tell us to select the object category and select the object category from the list. Okay, on this page, we need to mention the amount. It's the same process how we, currently create opportunities. We need to click next, change the close date. So once we update this information, then system will ask us to, if we want to, select a price book. If you want to select a price book, you can select this option and select the price book. But for the demo purpose, I am not selecting any. And then system will ask you about the contact. Once we done with this information, the system will redirect us to the opportunity page. Once you land over here, for the certification for the smart cert, you will see these two tabs. These are the new tabs got added on the screen under the opportunity. That is a cert detail and location. Okay. So In the detail tab, we need to check all the required information we have updated or not. Okay. Well, if we have missed anything, we can update that. Then under sir detail, okay, we need to update some important fields, that is contract period, selecting for 1 year, then the language. Then we need to select the number of surveillance from this list, and it is mandatory to update the scope in both the language. Once we are done, okay, then there are some other information. If you want to update, you can update into these boxes. The legal requirements, then there is any major risks involved in the contract or major environmental aspect is there that you can feed over here. If it's a transfer contract, you can click on this. If it is it is transfer contract, and then you will see this option, the transfer cycle, that you need to select the appropriate transfer cycle for that particular contract. Once we are done with this information, you need to save. Once that is done, we are good to update the further information which is related to accreditation body and industry code. So that information you need to update oh, by selecting these options. So you will see the action and recommendation panel on the right hand side of a screen. From this particular panel, if we want to update the accreditation body industry code, we need to select this option. Once we click on this, we will get the list of accreditation body over here. We need to select the accreditation body from the list, and we need to click on next. Once we click on next, the system will provide us the list of industry code. Okay, we need to select the list of industry code from this list. So at the moment we can only select up to 4 industry code, but in future, maybe by next month, there is a new implementation going to happen that at the smart set level you can select up to 8 industry code. But currently it is not available. Maybe next sprint they will deploy. We will deploy that change into Salesforce. So once we click the industry code, you will see that information which we have selected about the accreditation body industry code, it will populate over here under the SIR detail tab. Okay, you will see that information over here in a table format. Once we are done with that, if this client is having any previous certification history, that we can update into this option, the previous certification history. You need to fill this information, the certification body name, the accreditation body, then the certificate validity. Once we're done with the data, we need to click on next. Once we update that information, you will see that information populate under this particular section, previous certificate history under SIR detail tab. Okay. Once we done with this, then we need to update the edit center function. So this particular tab is very it's an important tab or very crucial tab, because whatever information and data we are going to feed in this particular tab, we are going to update in this particular tab, it will help system to calculate the mandates. So based on this data, system will propose you mandates. So to click on edit central function, then we need to update the information related to count of employees in a general shift and general shift. Okay. If you want to understand the meaning of these fields, you have this I button over here. You need to click on that. You will get the definition of this particular field, and you can based on the definition, you can understand what information you need to obtain. Okay. Once we are done, we need to click on next. Again, you will see the information which we updated about the accreditation body, industry code, and the risk level of industry code. Once that is done, you are sure with this information, you need to click on next. Then you will get the list of additional factor. You need to select the additional factor from this list, and you will see the by default percentage of additional factor. Okay. So I'm not selecting any additional factor right now. Then when we click on next, we get the reduction factor list. Then you need to select a reduction factor from the list. Once we select and click on next, okay, you will see the MD1 percentage over here as a 10. If you want to change this, you can change to 15. I have changed to 15, but the reasoning is compulsory that you need to feel why there is a change. So it will help application reviewer to understand why there is a change in factor percentage. Okay. Once we are done, you need to click on next, and when we click on next, the system will calculate and propose you the mandates based on the information you have just fed. Okay, so these are the system generated, system calculated mandates which are proposed to you. But in case if you want to change it, you can change it. Okay, you can update this information. So for main audit, if you want to change to 4, you can change. But once you do any alteration, any updation or modification into on the mandate, this particular comment box will pop up, and you need to update the reason why there is a change in mandates. Okay. There is one thing, so for one logic has been added for the mandate calculation. So the system proposed mandates are this. If we want to, uh, change the mandates, and we need, if we change the mandates to 2, for an example, in this case for main audit, and we if we click on next, the system will give you because the lower limit has been means there is a logic set at the backend for the lower limit. So you will see this error message, and accordingly you need to modify your mandates. So in this case, the sum of initial audit and main audit should not be not below 6, and the value of this particular field cannot be less than 3. So we need to, according to this range, we need to update the mandates. If I change it to 3 plus and the addition of this 2 is 5, so we system will not take this value. We need to update to, so once you update and modify the mandates as per the logics set at the backend, the system will mandates, and once you update that, you will see those mandates under the location. So under the location tab, you will see the total mandates over here for the central function. Okay.
Hi, Ahmad, sorry, Shingo
Yeah.
here. I have one question. So these mandates, the logic behind, is it vetted or approved by TQR or the respective ICCs or officers?
So it is approved by product line. Shan.
Product line, but because how do we know whether because if let's say we are our salespeople, they put in these mandates, then they sell, and then suddenly when we go for review, and then somebody in ICC will say, oh, the mandates are not correct, then we have to redo the whole process again. So I just want to ensure that these mandates, if it's proposed, of course, you cannot go below certain number of man days, but this would not be rejected by whoever that's going to do the review, or because we are, I do not know where do we do the contract review along this process. So would the technical
So
reviewers or the local technical managers look at that?
So actually, means as I mentioned, these logics are approved and reviewed by product line, and if there is any change required, so this is why we will having the testing period where the sales user going to create opportunities and on the testing environment, and they need to check and validate whether the calculation is working fine or not. Is there any change required or not, and accordingly we need to forward this particular information to product line, and then they will take a decision. So this is why we are going to we are having the 1 week testing period.
Okay. So thanks for that. But make sure that we need to improve the process and not make have additional steps later on. Is best if, let's say, the technical or whoever needs to review the mandates are okay with it, right? So that
Yeah.
we do not get any rejection or later do need to do review. The worst case is that job has been done, then when it goes to review, mandates are not sufficient. We have to redo the whole thing. It's not good. So let's eliminate all these things upfront. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And
Sheng, this Toji,
after we done with the UAT testing, me and my team going to contact each and every country and the key users of a country to understand what are the means for the offsite and for the unskilled employee, what logic they use, is the square root of that particular number or the whole number. So that information we are going to take it from the countries, and accordingly we will pass that to DXT and the product line.
Okay.
Yeah,
yeah. Amod, can you hear me?
yeah, Toji.
Okay. So Sheng, just to add upon what Amod mentioned, currently what we have defined at the back end is basis the calculation for unskilled employees. It can be square root, it can be divided by to a full number, and basis of it for each OHMS and QSMS we have defined at the back end. And if you Amod, can you show the screen on the calculation, mandate calculation? Yeah.
Because is this for all schemes or only QHSE?
It's only QHs. Currently,
It's
the
a
scope is
QHSA
only for
only.
9K, 14K, and 45K because
Okay.
the it's been defined as a product line level. This should be the calculation type, and as per your even the Excel sheet, which has been defined by ICCs or might be the product line, they have like base of this number. This is the amount of man days. All has been back end calculation. We can share the calculation type as a PPT that has been shared by the DXT. We can surely share that details also.
Okay. Okay. Will other schemes be coming on later on?
Later on, not in the current scope.
Okay. All
It is on the later on. We'll be adding it after all the
right.
deployment is complete for QHSC.
Sure. Okay.
Amod, can you go to the audit mandate details? Not this one. Yeah. So even in your Excel sheet, there are calculation type at the on the sheet number 4, where it shows the audit mandate base. This is what is being checked by your application reviewer. What is the QHSM effective number of employee? What is the base rate for? What is the MD 5% reduction? What is the MD 1% reduction? What has been applicable? This all details is what is being checked by the application reviewer. That's what we have understood.
Okay, okay. So it's okay. We will let when the sales team
Yep.
start to test this out later on during the UA. I mean, maybe they already tested it out. So I'll maybe later we try to get the feedback, right? How when they use this to generate the mandates versus the manual way of generating, how different it is. Right? What
Yep.
kind of difference? Or is it consistent? That is okay. Because the other concern is that we do not want to be, we are one of the CVs with the highest number of mandates when it comes to the market, right? So sometimes we
Yeah.
can't be competitive, so we have to lower our mandate rates. That becomes a lot of problems. So
Okay.
my question is always, what is the legally minimum required mandates by the AB, not Sir MS and not the auditor's requirement. So So let's go with the best rate and to help us win so that we can win more.
Yeah.
But let the team test it out before.
Yeah. So what
Yeah.
we can suggest is you can what has been currently used as an Excel sheet, which has been approved by your application reviewer. You can use the same data, update it in the UAT, see how it has been calculating the man days versus what has been calculated in the Excel sheet. Does it match? So you
Okay.
can test verify basis of that also.
Sure.
That
Okay.
would
Let
be
the
the
team
perfect
test out.
example. Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks,
Yeah.
Roger.
Okay. So is there any query? Anyone have any query, any doubt till now?
Team, please, if you have any questions, please ask. Don't be shy. And then later on, don't we keep quiet and then we have questions later on. If you have questions now, please ask. This is a forum to discuss and ask questions. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Please carry on. Please carry on.
Yeah, sure. First thing we have see, how to create opportunity and what are the fields which we need to update, and we have also seen this option under which we have under the action and recommendation panel. So now I will give you demo how we can create a multi-site contract and how. Just a second. uh, how how we can create a multi-site contract and update the multi-site the location information into the opportunity, as well as I will cover the how we can do the sampling. So to create a multi-site contract, under the detail tab you will see this multi-site option. So we need to edit and we need to tick on this. We need to select this option and we need to save the opportunity. So once that is done, we need to come over here under the action and recommendation panel. You will see the new location for multi-site. Okay. So to add another site to the contract, we need to click on this. Once we click, you will redirect on this form for the new location. We need to update this information for that location. So I'm just adding the site name because it is a mandatory field, and I will click on next. Once that is done, system will ask you about the scope for that particular location. You need to update that in both in the local and in English language. Then if you want to update the legal requirement and these all details, you can update those into the respective boxes. And then we can click on next. Once we click on next, the system will ask you again about the employee count for that particular location. You need to update that. Okay. And once we click on next, then you need to follow the same sequence of screen and the steps which we have already seen. We already saw. Then we need to click on next. You will get the additional factor list. We need to select the additional factor. Then once we click on next, we will get the radiation factor. Okay, we need to select the radiation factor for that particular site, and we click on next. Once we click on next, you will see in case of multi-site, the MD1 percentage by default it will show you 20%, and system will show you the MD1 percentage reason, the by default reason it will appear over there. But if you want to change, we can change that. Okay, so up to from 0 to 20 percent, the system will give you this by default reason. Okay, but if I update it to 21, then that particular reason will it will disappear, and we need to update the reason why we there is a change in 90%. Okay, and then we need to click on next. Once we click on next, system will calculate and propose you the mandates for that particular site. If you are satisfied with the mandates, you can click on next. If not, you want to alter, you want to modify, you can modify the modify the mandates. And if you modify, then you need to update the reason why there is a modification alteration in the mandates. So once we click on next, the system will update that new site as well as the mandates for that new site. And once we done, we need to refresh this table under the location. Under the location, currently we are only seeing the settle function, but once we refresh this, you will get that site number 2 over here. So if you have a less site to update, you can update those site manually by uh, providing clicking this option by selecting this option. But in case if you have more than 100 site or more than 50 sites, then there is a functionality to upload that information, mass information, directly into opportunity. So for that, first of all, you need to create one Excel file. So I'll show you the template of that Excel and the format of the Excel. So this is the format. Okay. These are the fields which we require into that particular Excel. The site name, then the address of site, the scope of site, then the legal environment, major environment aspect or legal requirement, this information, then the employee count information for each and every site. Once you have this information, okay, you need to click here. You need to select this drop down. In the drop down menu, you will see this option, the mass insert location. We need to click on that. Once we click, this dialog box will appear, and we need to just copy, select all. We need to select, column names also. We need to select all this information. We need to copy this, and just we need to paste that information in this box. Once we paste, that information will appear here in the table format. Before we upload this information, we can check, we can validate whether the information is right or not. Okay. Once we are satisfied with the information, we can click on upload. Okay. Once we upload this information and refresh this table, you will see all the site information here. So in case you have the more site to update, you can always use this option, the mass insert location. It will save your time, and it will save your efforts. Instead of updating manually this information, you can directly upload that information into opportunity. Okay. So once we upload the multi-site information, we need to do the sampling. So before that, there is one new option got deployed and implemented in a last spring. It is about the location, the not eligible for sampling. So I we need to, if any location which you want, which you want do not part of a sampling, the or the main audit needs to be conducted over there. Then you need to uh, go to this particular site. You need to enter in this particular site, and there is an option here in the main information, not eligible for sampling. You need to edit and select this option. So once you save, I will select one more location and flag this as a not eligible for sampling. So once we are done, now I will show you how we can, do the sampling, location sampling. So to do the location sampling under the action and recommendation panel, you will see this option, location sampling for multi-site only. We need to select this. So once we select, the system will give you the list of location which we have uploaded, and system will tell you how many location you need to select. In case of main audit, you need to select at least 5 locations. So I'm selecting the 5 locations. 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 I'll click next. Once we click next, then system will tell us we need to select at least three locations for a surveillance audit one. So to select three, and if you have to update any comment, you can update into this box. Okay, this the box is available. You can update your comments over here. So once we click on next, again, system will tell us to do the location sampling for surveillance 2, and it will system will also tell us at least how many locations we need to select. So in case of surveillance 2 also, system is telling us to select three locations. So once that is done and you refresh this table, you will see the location sampling. For main audit, we have selected the central function and these four sites. For surveillance 2, central function plus this two side, and for surveillance 2, this two side. So this is how you can do this location sampling. And for the location sampling for not eligible sites, we need to click this option. You will get you will see those two sites which we have flagged as a not eligible for sampling. In case of main audit, you need to select all the sites which are flagged as a not eligible for sampling. Okay, and once you click on next, for surveillance one, we need to select one only, and for surveillance two, we need to select one only. So whatever number of site which you want to flag as a not eligible for sampling, out of those sites for main audit, you need to select all the sites. But for surveillance 1 and surveillance 2, you need to select only 30% of that. Okay. So once we are done with sampling, now we can, send this. We need to send this application for for the application review, and we can, send this application for the review, and that option you will get over here. You need to click on this particular arrow, and this is the option you need to select. So before I give you demo about on the application review site, I will take a pause and I will ask if anyone have any query or doubt till now about the how we can update the multi-site information, how we can create multi-site contracts. So if anyone have any query, any doubt, they can ask.
Yes, I'm not sorry, Xinghua here again. Just quick one. So you just last click on that hardware. You submit application. When it's when it's clicked, right, who does it go to?
Sorry.
For the submit application. So after
Yeah.
the submit application has been clicked, who who does it go to?
Okay. So we will create the application reviewer team for the countries, and based on the business unit and service code which we have selected, that the once we click on that particular option, the respective team will appear, and once we send this application, that particular application goes to that particular team, the application reviewer team.
Okay, so that's actually quite good because we are not relying on one person to review. So if there's a team of reviewers who can receive this, so they expect the response to be much faster than the old way, the current way.
Yeah, so there is a two options. I will show you in the demo. So
Okay,
if
sure.
yeah, I'll show you how we can do that. Anyone have any other query than this? Okay, then I'll proceed further. So to send this application for review, we need to click on submit applications. Okay, once we click on this, system will redirect over here. So in this particular case, this particular application will go to AR, the application reviewer team NAM. So if I click on next, this particular application will go to each and every member which are part of this particular team. But in case if I want to send the application to a particular application reviewer, then you will need to deselect this option. Then you will get the list of application reviewer name which are part of this team, the AR, the application reviewer team NAM. So I'm sending this application to one of the application reviewer. Okay, once I click on next, this application will go to Sujata Gusen only, not to others. But if I deselect this, select this option and click on next, it will go to everyone. So that's so once I click on next, the application will go to Sujata. I'll show you how it looks at the application reviewer side. So I have logged in with Sujata's credential in the test environment. Yeah. So this is the opportunity which is pending for review. If I click on this, okay. So to get this list, the application reviewer need to select this option from this drop down, the approval requests, and they will see all the requests which are submitted to them. And then they need to click on the application. Okay. Yeah. So I guess in a test environment there is some issue is going on with this particular screen, but I'll explain you. Once application reviewer enter into this particular on this particular page, they will see the this uh, three options: approve, reject, and reassign. So I'll explain you reassign. So if the application reviewer wants to reassign this application to someone else from the AR team, the application reviewer team, they need to click on this and they need to search for that person. Okay, they need to select that person, and if they want to put their comment, they can put their comment over here, and then they need to click on reassign. Once they click on reassign, this application will go to Pooja Sabani, the application reviewer which Sujata selected, and they need to do the application review for this application. If if they want to check the details of application in the on the under this particular detail tab, they will see the name of that opportunity over here. There is a link, they can click on that link, then they will redirect on the opportunity. Okay, they can go through each tab and see the details, or else there is one option as a recap. So if they click on the recap option, then they will get all the information in a single view. So it's better for them to understand instead of going to each and every tab to see the data. They can get the data over here. So once they're done with the review, if they are satisfied with the details, they can approve that application, or if they are not, they want to modify something, they can reject this application with their comment. And they can click on reject. Okay, there is some issue, I guess, going on with the application review in its in a test environment. So once they put their comment and reject the application, then the opportunity owner need to check that opportunity. So under the related quick links, you will see the approval history. You need to click on this. Okay, you will see the status of your application over here. of the opportunity over here. We have submitted, still it is pending for approve. Okay, but if someone reject, then you will get that line over here as a rejected with the comments. And as per the comment, you need to uh, modify the opportunity, and again you need to send that application for review. Okay. 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 So once application reviewer satisfied with all the details, they will approve. And once you get the approval from application review on the application review, you can close on the opportunity. Okay. If the application is still pending for application review or it is rejected, you cannot uh, close on the opportunity until you get the approval from a technical approval. So yes. Yeah, so we have till now we have saw how to update the opportunity with the required information, how we update the options which are there under the action and recommendation. Then we have seen how we can create a multi-site contract, how we can update the multi-site location information into opportunity, as well as we have seen the how to do the location sampling for the normal site and the site which are flagged as a not eligible for sampling. As well as I have give you demo on the application reviewer part, how the application reviewer select, reassign, approve, reassign, and reject the application. So I guess I have covered everything which is there in the agenda. Toji, is there anything which I have missed that we need to cover?
Yep. Just show them the mandates and how they need to update the price book and products, because that would be a new aspect they need to understand.
Okay. So yeah. Okay. So there is one thing. If you create a lead, and if you create a lead and then convert that lead into opportunity, you will get the product by the product will appear over here by default. You will get the list of product. But if you create opportunity directly, you will not see the any product over here. So to add a product, we need to add this information, the financial and payment condition. We need to update this. I'm selecting. Okay. I guess there is some issue going on in UID. It is not allowing me to update the financial.
It's sent for application review. That's the reason we
Yeah, it
cannot
is a yeah,
update
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It is not approved, and we are facing the issue with that. Just give me a minute. I'll something.
Amod, do you want me to share my screen? I can just take them through it.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Okay. Just let me know if you're able to see my screen.
Yeah, we can.
Okay. So here I have. So here, what I want to share with you guys is basically now the mandates is been calculated by the system. Okay, like we have for initial audit, for surveillance one, main audit, surveillance two, the mandates will be calculated by the system. However, it will not get updated under the price book and product. So before you submit for an application review, you need to at least add a price book and product. Okay, so I need to the basic old process, selecting selecting a price book under the action recommendation, price book and product. You can select, this is what I'm created for NAM region, that's why I'm showing it. But in your case, you can add that. Okay, this one is also locked. All are locked. Amod, can you approve that opportunity which was pending at your end? Is it
Yeah, I'm trying, I'm trying. Just give me a minute.
check this one? Let me have. Till that time, anyone has any question, we can at least try to answer that.
Soji, while you're at that, right? So just a question: the price book, um, who is responsible to set the price book and upload and update it along the way?
It's a salesperson. It's a salesperson responsibility to create update the price book with mandates and the values and everything. It's the same
No,
old
no,
process.
no.
Nothing.
No, no, is it not a fixed price book that we have that we
Yes,
have
there is.
upload?
Yeah, there is a fixed price book that is at the back end has been defined.
Okay, so the local countries will have to define the selling the mandate rates, right?
Yeah, there's already been defined for you to let you know. There's already been defined in the back end. We are just using the same feature. Nothing changes much over here.
No, my question is that how would they, how would anyone knows, what the country's day rates are? Because, for example,
So
like 9K, 14K, 45K in different countries would have different day rates, right? The standard day rate. So, my question is that who is actually setting that?
So that's what I mentioned. It has already been defined. I'll just take an example of, let's take Philippines. I'm just taking an example. So for Philippines, these are the basic list of price book that has been defined in the system, and which is available for new certification. There's a list of products, like this are the list of products, and they have not defined any price or anything like that. But if they require, they can define a price for each product. For main audit, this will be a price. For surveillance one, this can be a price. So there is a,
Okay, so
this is
it's still very manual.
yeah, it's a manual process as of now. Yeah,
Okay, so it's a manual input, not like a fixed price list that when you
you
click
can
that.
define it.
Yeah, okay.
You
On
can
the
define
country
it
level.
with, yeah, at the country level, you can define it for, you can create a new price book, like a QHSE price book, and
Okay.
then that will be selected by the users. So other countries have different price book for QHSE, as I was showing for US. So I'll just show you for US how they have this. So what they have done is for QHSE, there's a generic price book and there's a QHSE price book also. QHSE NAM. Yeah. So this is a price book that has been defined, and they have mentioned a rate also. If read order price, I'll just try to show. Okay, it's not opening. Okay, so I cannot see the price as of now. But they define the price also at each stage. What, like for initial audit, what will be the price? For main audit, what will be the price? For surveillance one, surveillance two, traveling, reporting time, and all has been defined at the for each price book and each product also.
Okay, so yeah, we need somebody to be the custodian or the one to control the price book. Because we don't want salespeople changing them all the time, right? We want some standardization. Okay,
Yeah,
we'll decide that on the country level. No worries.
yeah. So we can do, Sharanjan, is that we will share the list of price book and product for each country that is currently been set up, and we can share that part, and then you can define it, what is the price that you want to update it at the back end, or you want to create a new price book and product also, that is also we can look during this process.
Okay, I'll let the country sales managers decide that later. No worries.
Yeah, yeah, but we can we'll be scheduling a individual call with each country, asking for a lot of detail like the application reviewer, the sales user list, the accreditation body industry code, and the price book and product. So the topic is there already. So we'll be discussing. If they want to define it, we can surely look into it.
Okay, thanks.
Always welcome. Anyone else? I think. Yeah.
Koji, I'm getting same error for all the applications. I have tried in each different browser, but same error.
Okay. Let me create a normal price book. What I'll do is I'll create a normal VAT. I'll create it. I'll share my screen. I'll just show you. So I'm just creating a basic product price book. So this is the same price book and product. For QHSE, this is I'm selecting. So the system. So there are some default products, as you might know, and this is the default price. Sheng, I just wanted to show you the sales price. Now, the system might have calculated a pre-audit and initial audit that the mandate should be. Let's take example. It should be a 2 man day audit. You can add 2 man day, and if and the pre-audit initial audit the same thing. So you might say, okay, I don't want initial audit or I don't want pre-audit. Let there be initial audit only. So let's say 2 man days. There's a main audit, and main audit is for 5 man days. I and the renewal there is no renewal. It's accreditation fees is there, admin fees. Surveillance one audit is 2 man days. Surveillance two is also 2 man day audit. All other fees remain same. If I want, I cannot change it also. It has to be that.
All right, all
Okay.
right.
But
Okay.
but I can change the sales price. The sales price will can be changed over here. He can increase, decrease, and everything he can do.
Yes, so that's the point, right? So example, if there's a price,
Yeah.
and if we change the sales price below that list price, will it trigger
Yes.
any another layer
No.
of approval?
No. No. Currently, there is no setup as of now, Sheng.
Okay.
There are things going on in the back end on something. Some projects are going on. So currently, it is not there.
No,
The
this is
feature
good
is not.
enough. I think as a start, we can change, we can improve along the
Yeah.
way.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
other part is that could we add in also like reporting mandates or traveling mandates as an additional line?
Yes, you can surely add. There is an option available over here is to add products.
Okay.
Okay. And if you have like example, I'm just saying it's reporting. Okay, sorry. It can be BVQI report.
Mm-hmm.
Like it can be something
What's
like
mine?
report time. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I get it.
Okay. The list prices are so this is for NAM. They have this product available. It is
Yes.
not mandatory
Agree.
that it will be available for your country also, but you need to check.
Oh,
And this price book
okay.
and product for back office is required because you need to add all the activities like the reporting
Mm.
time, the travel time, and everything. So they will be discussing this during your discussion for back office.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep.
Good. Okay.
Anyone has any other question? Because I wanted to show the reason I'm showing you this because is that if you submit an application, okay, it gets approved, and then you come back and update the price book, it will re-trigger the application review. So before sending it for application review, please update the price book and product. And if there is any change in the scope of products in price book and product, will re-trigger the application review. It has to be done again, the application review. Is it clear for everyone? Okay, I guess it's clear. Any questions, guys? I don't see anyone asking other than Sheng over here. No, it is. We cannot send it to two application reviewer currently. It can only be sent to one application reviewer. We have already raised a request with the DXT or with the product and the product line to have, if there are two accreditation body and two application reviewer team, can it be sent? So it's still at the backlog. They are they are working on the high priority activities. So once, I guess will be taken in the coming sprint also. Might be, I'm not sure. No deadline or timeline has been provided till now.
Vietnam, any questions? Because you will usually lump in the traveling expenses as well. So you need to work it out your traveling expenses, your hotel, your whatever it is. You need to include it later. Vietnam team, anyone? Quinn, you are there?
Yes, I see I see time Monday, and I think it's enough.
Okay, as long as
Yeah.
you know how to formulate the code, right? So I think that's important because I think you're the only country who sells lump sum together. I mean, all together with the expenses. So please ensure that we have the correct day rates and also the rates. Okay, no problem. Thanks, Toji. Thanks, Quinn.
Okay.
Yeah. And if you have any questions, if you are not clear when you're doing a testing and anything, you can surely contact Amod, me, or Mariam, who would be supporting you in this coming days. And we'll be discussing, as I mentioned, we'll be discussing with each country your requirement of the price book, the products, the AB and IC, and all the other aspect. So please be ready with the details. What we're asking, we'll be contacting you, and there are timelines also will be shared with you guys. What is the deadline to provide the data? Because as per the plan, we are supposed to go live for Sir Sales, Smart Sir Sales on 23rd of Feb. So that's what the timeline as of now is, and the project plan is. Clear for everyone? Anything, questions, anyone before we end the call? Amod or Mariam,
Everybody
do
is
you know?
shy. Everybody is shy except for me. So
I guess they will contact us one to one.
Yeah,
always
yeah.
the case.
Yeah. Anything before we
Okay.
end the call?
No, I guess no.
Okay, team, no questions, yeah. Last chance, no questions. Then we'll just wait for the next session, and we have to go live very soon. It's less than a month now.
Yeah. So after this call, we will share the UAD environment credential with you guys. Then you need to create opportunities and you need to test the new features of a search. Okay.
Okay. So thank you guys. Thank you for your
Thank you all.
time.
Thank
Have
you.
a nice day.
All right.
Thank you, everyone. Bye. Have a nice day.